Something massive just happened in Iran, and the world is not ready for what comes next. 14 hours ago, a lone American jet crossed into the Persian Gulf with no wingman, no escort, and no backup anywhere in sight. Iran spotted it immediately. On their radar screens, a single contact drifted closer to Iranian airspace than any American jet had any business being. No formation, no protection. Just one aircraft, alone, slow, and completely exposed. The Iranian radar operator leaned forward. In his chair, he could not believe what he was seeing. A lone American jet, right there, gift-wrapped, handed to them on a silver platter. Iran had been waiting for a moment exactly like this. For weeks, satellite images had shown Iranian crews burying their nuclear facilities under layers of concrete and compacted dirt. Deeper, every day, faster every day. Because Iran knows a strike is coming, and scared regimes do not go quiet. Scared regimes do something stupid to prove to the world that they are not scared. Today, Iran does something very stupid. The commander picks up the phone. He gives the order, scramble the F-14. Now let us talk about this F-14 because understanding what Iran just sent into the sky is the only way to understand how badly this is about to go wrong for them. Iran's Air Force has been flying the F-14, Tomcat, since 1979. That is the same year the Sony Walkman came out. Let that sink in. Iran is sending pilots into potential combat, situations in aircraft that are nearly 50 years old. Jets kept alive through smuggled components, improvised repairs, and what can only be described as a deeply concerning amount of optimism. The F-14 Tomcat in American hands, in its prime, was one of the most feared fighter jets ever to leave a carrier deck. Iran's version is a Frankenstein, flying on duct tape and prayers. But the Iranian pilot climbing into that cockpit right now does not think about any of that. He is confident. He has a target, and that target looks very, very alone. The F-14 climbs hard into the pre-dawn sky. The pilot checks his radar. One contact ahead, alone, slow, easy. He is already writing his name in the history books inside his own head. The Iranian pilot who shot down an American jet. The man who proved Iran could fight back. The distance closes fast. 500 meters, 400 meters. The F-14's radar locks on, clean, fat, beautiful. The target is not maneuvering. It is not running. It is just sitting there, slow and steady, like it does not even know he is coming. The pilot arms his missiles. The targeting system confirms the lock. A steady tone fills his helmet. That tone means one thing. He has a kill shot. His thumb moves toward the trigger. He takes a breath. He squeezes, and nothing happens. Not a misfire. Not a malfunction warning. Nothing. Complete silence where there should have been a launch. The tone is gone. The lock is gone. The radar return that was sitting fat and clean on his screen 1 second ago is simply not there anymore. He blinks. He looks again. Empty screen. He tries to reacquire. The radar surges and finds nothing. He switches modes. Still nothing. He tries his backup systems. His backup systems do not respond. His cockpit, which 30 seconds ago felt like a throne room, now feels like a broken car on the side of a highway. He starts hitting buttons. Nothing comes back. Error, error, error. He gets on the radio confused, telling ground. Control his systems are completely down. Ground control tells him to troubleshoot. He tells ground control there is nothing left to troubleshoot. Everything is just gone. Ground control goes quiet because ground control does not have an answer for this. Nobody in Iran has an answer for this. And here is why. That FA-18 on his radar screen was never it was an EA-18G Growler. From the outside, the Growler looks completely identical to a standard FA-18. Same airframe, same shape, same radar signature. Iran could not tell the difference. That was the entire point. Because the EA-18G Growler is not really a fighter jet. It is an electronic warfare aircraft. The military equivalent of someone who looks completely harmless but can destroy every electronic system you own with a single button press. The Growler carries the most powerful airborne jamming system ever built. It reaches inside an enemy aircraft's electronic brain and scrambles it completely. Not damages it, scrambles it like a breakfast egg. The moment that F-14 radar went active and locked on, the Growler crew had everything they needed. They did not panic.
They did not
run. They flipped a switch. Invisible energy flooded the Iranian jet, and Less than 1 second. The F-14 did not malfunction on the entire aircraft all at once. Imagine driving at highway speed and suddenly, your steering wheel stops working, your brakes. Imagine driving at highway speed and suddenly, your steering wheel stops working, your brakes disappear, your dashboard goes black, and your GPS shuts off simultaneously. Now imagine that vehicle is traveling at 600 miles per hour over open water. That is exactly where the Iranian pilot is. Right now, the Iranian pilot does the only logical thing a man can do when his jet becomes a very expensive, very aerodynamic paperweight. He tries to turn back. He banks the F-14 away from the Growler, his hands working the controls of an aircraft that is only partially listening. He is no longer the hunter. He is just a man trying to fly a broken jet home without dying. He is lost. He knows it. He just does not fully understand yet how badly he is lost. That part is coming. At altitude, an F-35C pilot has been watching every single second of this engagement in real time. He saw the F-14 go active. He watched the Growler light it up. He watched the Iranian jet systems collapse on his display, like a city losing power during a storm. He gives it a few seconds. Then he moves. The F-35C descends from altitude without making a sound. The Iranian pilot is flying. Home, systems dead, trying to explain to ground control what just happened to him. When he glances out his canopy, his stomach drops through the floor of his cockpit. There is an American jet sitting right on his wing, not approaching from a distance, not closing, and slowly. Already there, steady, calm, matching his speed exactly, as if it had been flying next to him for the last 20 minutes and simply forgot to introduce itself. The Iranian pilot has never seen a jet like this up close, because nobody gets close to an F-35C, nobody. The F-35C pilot looks across at the Iranian jet. The Iranian pilot looks back. No aggressive moves. Weapons bay stays closed. No warnings transmitted on the radio. The American simply raises 2 fingers, points them at his own eyes, then points them directly at the Iranian pilot. I see you. That is it. No threats. No radio calls, just the quietest, most devastating demonstration of total dominance the Iranian pilot has ever experienced in his career. The Iranian pilot stares back. He has nothing. No radar. No missiles. No response. No dignity remaining in that cockpit. He shakes his head slowly, turns toward home, and then it gets worse. The F-35C pilot is not finished yet. He waits, patient, letting the Iranian pilot get comfortable, letting him breathe again, letting him believe the worst part is behind him. Then the American rolls, not away, not upward. He rolls completely, around the broken F-14, a slow, deliberate, 360-degree barrel roll, taking his time, making absolutely certain the message is received and permanently understood. The Iranian pilot can do nothing but watch. He is a man sitting inside an expensive metal box watching the most advanced fighter jet on Earth do figure eights around him like the American pilot is genuinely bored. And then the radio crackles. The Iranian pilot assumes it is ground control, calling back with instructions. It is not ground control. It is the USS Abraham Lincoln, and they are not transmitting a warning. They are not issuing demands. They are not reading coordinates or call signs. They are playing music. Kenny Loggins, Danger Zone, pumping through his own radio, on his own frequency, inside his own cockpit. The Iranian pilot reaches for the radio controls. He cannot turn it off because he cannot turn anything off anymore. He flies the last 40 miles back to the Iranian, coast listening to the Top Gun soundtrack on an involuntary loop at full volume. This is what happens when you challenge the United States military in 2025. Not a dogfight, not a missile exchange, not a battle that makes the evening news. Just a quiet, precise, total humiliation. Conducted at 600 miles per hour over the Persian Gulf while Kenny Loggins plays in the background. Iran sent their best. America sent a jet that does not even fire weapons, and Iran still lost before the engagement even started. That is the technology gap. That is the reality of modern air power. And that is exactly why something very big just happened in Iran, and nobody there is talking about it. If this breakdown gave you the full picture of what really went down, hit that like button. Right now, subscribe and turn on notifications for more air power breakdowns every single week. Next video, we are covering another moment